Hey guys, today we're looking at the BittBoy. This may just look like a mini Game Boy, but it's actually an NES in your pocket. Now for a quick disclaimer. First, this model was sent to me for review. And second, I never had an NES growing up, so I may not have the same connections to the games as you do. And third, this comes preloaded with games, and many of them are copyrighted. So much like those TV game systems from a while back, a lot of the included games are unauthorized copies. So keep all these things in mind while watching this video. Alright, moving on. The box design is very nice. You get a red and gold Famicom color scheme, and inside we find a micro USB charging cable, as well as a composite cable for TV out. And finally, the main event, the BittBoy. And wow, this unit is very small. But even with my large hands, the buttons are fairly comfortable. There's a small film to protect the screen, so if you want you can remove that. I received two review units, this red and black model along with a white and blue one. They offer some other colors on their website too. But taking a look around the device, on the bottom you have the charging and TV out ports, and on the side you have a volume adjustment. On the back you have this little battery door. It's pretty stiff, but under it you'll find the system runs on a standard GBASP battery, so it should be easily replaced if needed. The batteries are rated to allow about 3 hours of playtime. When powering on the device, you're greeted with a fairly generic menu. I do like that it shows previews of each game though. There are 300 games included total, with a lot of big name games, along with some unofficial games too. The games I tested all seem to run pretty well, and it looks like the unofficial games may just be ROM hacks of existing NES titles. Unfortunately, I could not find a full list of these games anywhere online, but if you're super interested, I uploaded a separate video where I just scroll through the full games list. When looking at the official BittBoy website, I wondered why they referred to this as a Famicom Mini, and not like an NES Mini handheld. Well, turns out, all the games I tested turned out to be the Japanese releases. Now for most games that's okay, it means a small amount of Japanese text, and most Famicom games don't have a lot of text anyway. However, for a few games there's some minor regional differences, and this can be a little bit more annoying. For example, in all the NES Mario games, the USA version, getting hit drops you down a power-up, so from a Fire Flower, you just turn back into normal large Mario. Yet in the Famicom games, taking a hit with any power-up will immediately reduce you to Mini Mario. Some other Famicom games may have some changes too, but that's the first one I noticed. As for the bootleg games, they're something. Most of them seem to run fine, but they're not always programmed very well. They're good for a laugh or two, but they're mostly here just to pad the games list. The main point of this device seems to be to give you a way to play portable arcade-style NES games on the go, so you won't find a multiplayer option, or RPGs, or even save files, but you will get a bunch of pick up and play games. And yeah, this device is extremely portable, lightweight and very tiny, much smaller than an NES cartridge, let alone a Game Boy Color. The buttons aren't as good as a real NES controller, but it's still pretty responsive and usable. You're given 4 action buttons, A and B along with 2 turbo buttons, or contra buttons if you prefer. The layout is a bit odd though. It looks like they're trying to mirror the SNES layout with the diamond pattern, yet they have the B button where X should be, so that kind of throws it off a little bit. You'll also have a reset button to take you back to the games listed at any time. I was quite surprised to see that this unit comes with an IPS display. With this, the screen offers superb viewing angles, but the trade-off is with this cheaper IPS display, it's much harder to see outdoors. In comparison, this GB Boy Color, or pretty much any backlit Game Boy, will look great indoors and still be viewable outside. But the BittBoy is almost impossible to see in direct sunlight, so it's best used in the shade. The TV out is pretty cool, but unfortunately, unlike most emulators, it does not offer any filters or scaling options. That's why I've been showing it in a little frame up until now. Here's what it looks like blown up. It should look a little bit better on an actual TV, assuming your TV has a decent upscaler, of course. When using TV out, the BittBoy screen will turn off, but the device will still act as a controller, so that's pretty cool. So this device has some positives and it has some negatives, as with any product. It will only run you about $40 at the time of this video, so if you want one, I'll have a link in the description. Thanks for watching, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!